Gentlemen, let me tell you something that might sting a little. Most men over 40 are putting effort into the wrong things. You think it's the perfectly pressed shirt, you think it's the expensive watch, you think it's looking well-dressed, but that's not what women notice first, and it's definitely not what makes them look twice. I've spent years studying what women consistently describe as attractive on mature men across surveys, conversations, interviews, and real-world observations. And the answer is surprisingly simple. Women don't respond to outfits. They respond to signals. Signals about confidence, signals about maturity, signals about whether you understand who you are at this stage of life. Because here's the truth most men never hear. After 40, attraction is no longer about fashion. It's about presence. And your clothes either support that presence or quietly destroy it. Most men are still dressing the way they did 10 years ago. Same jeans, same shirts, same mindset. And without realizing it, they're sending outdated signals. Signals that say, I haven't evolved, I'm trying too hard, or worse, I've given up. And women pick up on this instantly. Not consciously, not logically, but instinctively. Because when a woman looks at you, she's not judging your brands. She's reading your story. Who you are, how you live, how you see yourself, and whether you understand the silent rules of attraction that come with age. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 style looks that women consistently rate as the sexiest on men over 40. These are not trends. These are not fashion tricks. These are visual cues that trigger respect, intrigue, and attraction. And number 3? Number 3 changes how most men dress overnight, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. So, if you've been wondering why your wardrobe feels fine but not powerful, this is why. Let's get into it. Look 1. Perfectly fitted dark wash jeans. Look number 1 is something almost every man owns, and almost every man gets wrong. Jeans. Not because you don't have them, but because you're wearing them the same way you did in your 20s. And your body, your presence, and your stage of life have changed, but your jeans haven't. This is where women notice a disconnect instantly. Jeans that are too baggy create a sloppy silhouette. They hide your shape. They make you look smaller, less structured, less intentional. On the other hand, jeans that are too tight send a different signal. They look like you're trying to hold on to youth, trying to force a shape that no longer feels natural. Neither of these is attractive. Here's what women consistently respond to on men over 40. Dark wash jeans. In a slim, straight, or lightly tapered fit, not skinny, not loose. A clean line that follows the natural shape of your legs without squeezing them. This does something powerful. It restores structure to your silhouette. And structure is deeply attractive because it signals strength, stability, and confidence. But there's one detail most men completely overlook: the rise. If you are still wearing low-rise jeans, you are literally creating a shelf for your midsection. Low-rise cuts your body in half visually. It shortens your legs, it highlights your stomach, and it weakens your overall shape. A mid-rise jean, sitting at your natural waist, changes everything. Suddenly, your legs look longer, your torso looks balanced, your posture looks stronger even if you didn't change anything else. This is subtle, but women notice it immediately. And then there's the wash. Darker denim always looks sharper, more refined, more intentional. Light washes, distressing, heavy fading, those belong to a younger man's casual wardrobe. After 40, dark denim becomes your secret weapon. It pairs with blazers, sweaters, button-downs, boots, loafers. It looks elevated without looking like you tried too hard. Perfectly fitted dark wash jeans don't scream for attention. They quietly frame you in the best possible way. And that quiet confidence? That's exactly what women find attractive. Look 2, the structured power blazer. Look number 2 is the single fastest way to change how people see you. The structured power blazer. Nothing, and I mean nothing, transforms a man's presence faster than a well-fitted blazer. It's visual architecture. It reshapes your body without you losing a single pound. But here's where most men over 40 get it wrong. They're still wearing the boxy, oversized jackets from the early 2000s. Wide shoulders, no shape through the waist, too long in the body. And instead of looking powerful, they look swallowed. The blazer women consistently find most attractive follows 3 simple rules. Lightly structured shoulders. Not padded, not stiff, just enough structure to create a clean shoulder line. Second, a gentle taper at the waist. This is critical. That taper creates the V shape that signals strength and masculinity, even if you're carrying extra weight in the midsection. Third, the length. The blazer should end just below the belt line. Too long and your legs look short. Too short and it looks trendy instead of timeless. Get these 3 details right and the blazer does something remarkable. It restores proportion. And proportion is deeply attractive because it signals control and confidence. Now let's talk about color. Navy is your best friend. It's authoritative without being aggressive, classic without being boring, powerful without trying too hard. Charcoal gray is another exceptional choice, especially if you have gray hair. It creates harmony and looks incredibly refined. And here's the detail most men completely overlook. Texture. A flat, shiny fabric looks cheap and lifeless. But subtle herringbone, light tweed, soft texture in the weave. This adds depth and sophistication without looking flashy. It gives the blazer character. And when you put it on, people don't see a man wearing a jacket. They see a man with presence. That's the power blazer. Look 3. Confidence-boosting footwear. Look number 3 is something most men underestimate. Footwear. Most style guides talk about shirts, jackets, watches, but women notice your shoes far earlier than you think, because shoes reveal something very specific: attention to detail. And attention to detail is deeply attractive. If you're still wearing chunky athletic sneakers for everyday use or square-toed dress shoes from the early 2000s, you are instantly aging yourself. Those styles date you in seconds, not because they're worn out, but because they belong to a different era. The footwear women consistently rate as most attractive on men over 40 is surprisingly simple. Chelsea boots. Sleek, minimal, masculine. They add subtle height, they create structure through the ankle, and they work with almost everything in your wardrobe. Jeans, trousers, blazers, sweaters. Chelsea boots quietly modernize your entire outfit. For dressier occasions, the rule is just as simple. Choose quality Oxford or Derby shoes with a slightly rounded toe, not pointed, not square. A natural, elegant shape that feels timeless. And for casual wear, clean, minimalist leather sneakers, white, navy, gray. No loud logos, no heavy panels, no athletic design, just simple, refined leather. Here's the rule that matters most: quality over quantity. Real leather develops character over time. It creases beautifully, it gains depth, it tells a story. Cheap shoes don't age well, they just look cheap. And when a woman looks at you, she may not consciously say, "Nice shoes," but she will feel the difference. And that feeling is what attraction is built on. Look 4. The sophisticated layer. Look number 4 is where real sophistication begins to show. The sophisticated layer. A fine merino wool or cashmere quarter-zip sweater worn over a crisp button-down shirt. Simple on the surface, powerful in effect. This combination does something most outfits fail to do. It shows nuance, and nuance is incredibly attractive because it signals maturity, thoughtfulness, and control. Women consistently respond to this look because it feels intentional without feeling forced. You didn't just throw on clothes, you composed an outfit. The texture of merino wool or cashmere adds subtle visual interest. It catches light differently. It adds depth without patterns or loud colors. And there's something else happening here that most men never consider: tactile appeal. Soft, refined fabrics subconsciously signal comfort, quality, and sophistication, even from a distance. Now let's talk about color. Navy is always safe, always powerful. Charcoal adds quiet authority. Burgundy adds warmth and richness without being flashy. These colors work because they feel mature and grounded. But none of this works without the right fit. The sweater should follow your body, not cling to it, not hang loose. Just a clean line that mirrors your shape naturally. This is what gives the outfit its elegance. You look relaxed but precise, and that balance is what women find deeply attractive. Look number 5 is not flashy, but it may be the most important piece in your entire wardrobe. The crisp button-down shirt. This isn't just another shirt, it's a foundation piece. Because this is the layer that sits closest to you, the layer that frames your face, the layer that everything else is built on. And most men over 40 are wearing shirts that are too big, outdated, or poorly cut. Extra fabric through the body, dropping shoulders, sleeves that balloon when you move. These small issues create a sloppy silhouette without you realizing it. The shirts women consistently find most attractive share a few simple qualities: crisp fabric, a clean structure, a precise fit. Solid colors work best: white, light blue, navy. These colors are timeless, refined, and incredibly flattering on mature men. If you want subtle personality, microchecks or fine gingham patterns work beautifully. They add interest without demanding attention. Now let's talk about the details that matter. The shoulder seam must sit exactly at the edge of your shoulder, not drooping down the arm, not pulling upward. This single detail determines whether the shirt looks tailored or borrowed. The body of the shirt should skim your frame, not cling, not billow. And most importantly, it should stay tucked when you move. A shirt that pulls out when you sit or reach signals poor fit instantly. When this shirt fits correctly, something powerful happens. You look composed, intentional, put together. And that communicates something very important to women: self-respect. Look number 6 is about first impressions. Statement outerwear. Because before anyone notices your shirt, before they notice your shoes, they notice your coat. Outerwear changes perception instantly. It frames your entire silhouette from a distance, and when chosen correctly, it creates authority, elegance, and presence before you say a word. The most attractive option on a man over 40? A well-fitted wool overcoat. Navy, camel, or charcoal. These colors are timeless, refined, and incredibly flattering on mature men. A proper overcoat does something remarkable. It lengthens your frame. It sharpens your posture. It gives you a commanding presence simply by putting it on. But this only works if the coat has structure. Clean shoulders, a tailored body, a length that falls around the knee. Not oversized, not bulky, not shapeless. Because bulky coats hide your shape and make you look heavier and less intentional. Now, for casual settings, there's another powerful option: a suede bomber jacket. Tan or navy, this delivers effortless masculinity without looking rugged or sloppy. Suede has a richness and texture that instantly elevates a simple outfit. Jeans and a shirt become refined the moment you add it. But again, structure is everything. The jacket should follow your frame, not hang off it. Here's the rule you must remember. Avoid bulky, shapeless jackets at all costs. They destroy your silhouette. A structured outer layer, on the other hand, enhances it. And that enhancement is exactly what women notice first. Look number 7 is small in size, but enormous in impact. The quality timepiece. A watch doesn't just tell time, it tells a story about the man wearing it. It signals discipline, taste, and respect for details, and women notice this far more than men realize. The most attractive watches on mature men share a few key traits. They are restrained, proportionate, masculine. A case size between 38 and 42 millimeters is ideal. Anything larger starts to look loud and attention-seeking. Anything smaller can look delicate. The dials should be clean. No clutter, no excessive complications, no flashy colors, just clarity and elegance. As for straps, you cannot go wrong with stainless steel or quality leather. Both feel timeless and refined. Now, many men assume this means spending a fortune. Not true. Yes, luxury brands are wonderful, but brands like Seiko, Hamilton, and Tissot deliver just as much appeal because the design principles are what matter, not the logo. And here's the detail almost no one talks about. Match your metals. If you're wearing a silver watch, your belt buckles should be silver. Your rings, if any, should follow the same tone. This tiny detail signals incredible attention to presentation. Women may not verbalize it, but they absolutely register it. A quality timepiece doesn't shout. It quietly communicates that you are a man who values precision, and that is deeply attractive. Look number 8 is where true polish begins. Flattering trousers. Because proper trousers elevate everything you wear above them. You can have the perfect blazer, the perfect shirt, the perfect shoes, but if your trousers are wrong, the entire outfit collapses. The most attractive trouser fit on a man over 40 follows 3 principles: slim but not skinny, tapered through the leg, and mid-rise at the waist. This combination restores proportion to your body. Slim creates clean lines without clinging. A taper sharpens your silhouette from thigh to ankle, and a mid-rise lengthens your legs while supporting your midsection properly. Now let's talk color. Navy and charcoal are staples. They are refined, versatile, and timeless. But if you want personality without flash, olive and burgundy are exceptional choices. They add depth and maturity without looking trendy. And then there's a small detail that changes everything: the break. You want a minimal break or no break at all. That means the trousers lightly touch the top of your shoes. No bunching, no pooling of fabric at the ankle, because excess fabric instantly ages you. It makes the trousers look old, ill-fitted, and careless. When trousers fit correctly, something subtle happens. You look taller, sharper, more intentional, and that quiet precision is extremely attractive. Look number 9 is where quiet confidence truly shows. Subtle pattern play. This is the difference between a man who dresses well and a man who understands style. A micro-pattern shirt under a solid blazer, a textured tie against a plain, crisp shirt. These combinations create depth without noise, and women respond strongly to this because it signals refinement and attention to detail. The key principle here is simple. Vary the scale. Small with large, pattern with solid. If your blazer is solid, a micro-pattern shirt adds interest quietly. If your shirt is plain, a textured or lightly patterned tie adds character without distraction. This creates visual harmony. Nothing loud, nothing flashy, just layers of subtle detail that reward a closer look. That's what makes this so attractive. It invites attention without demanding it. But restraint is critical. Large patterns with large patterns create chaos. Bold prints create distraction. You want quiet complexity, the kind that suggests you understand presentation deeply. Subtle pattern play is not about standing out, it's about being memorable for the right reasons. Look number 10 is the ultimate expression of effortless masculinity, the confident casual. This look strikes the perfect balance between polished and relaxed. It's the kind of outfit that works for everything, from weekend coffee runs to casual dinners. At its core, dark jeans, not baggy, not distressed, clean, well-fitted, paired with a well-fitted polo or Henley. These tops elevate casual wear because they hold shape and complement your physique. Add a leather belt, simple, quality leather. And on your feet, Chelsea boots or clean minimalist sneakers. Both deliver structure and style without effort. Finish with a simple, restrained watch. Nothing flashy, just a timepiece that signals taste and discipline. Here's a bonus tip that elevates this look even further: monochromatic outfits. Wearing different shades of the same color adds sophistication and elongates your frame. It's a trick many men over 40 overlook, but it works because it creates visual harmony that's easy on the eyes. When quality meets fit and thoughtful coordination, you achieve something irresistible. And that, gentlemen, is confident casual. Look, style isn't just what you wear. Beyond clothing, grooming is one of the most powerful signals a man sends, and women notice it immediately. Let's start with scent. Women pick up on your fragrance before anything else. Woody, earthy scents, think sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, consistently rank as the most attractive. But here's the catch. Less is always more. A light application that's discovered, not announced, creates subtle allure. You don't want to overpower a room, you want to leave a lasting impression. Next, hair. Own your look. Short, clean cuts exude control and confidence. Shaved heads show decisiveness. And if you have gray hair, maintain it well. Well-groomed salt and pepper hair tells a story of maturity and pride. Now, facial hair. It should never look accidental. Keep it intentional, neat, and clean. Whether it's a trimmed beard, a carefully maintained stubble, or clean-shaven, it must look deliberate. Your hands speak volumes too. Nails clean and trimmed, skin cared for. These details matter, because grooming isn't vanity, it's respect. Respect for yourself and those around you. And that respect, women notice it immediately. Great style isn't about chasing youth. It's about understanding exactly who you are right now and presenting that with absolute confidence. The clothes you wear don't just change how others see you. More importantly, they change how you see yourself. That shift, that internal confidence is what women truly notice and respond to. Because style isn't a costume, it's an expression of self-respect, experience, and authority. When you dress with intention, you send a clear message. You know your worth. You carry yourself with purpose, and that energy, it's magnetic. If you found value in this, please like, subscribe, and drop your questions below. Let's continue this journey together. Remember this, age is just a number, but style is forever.